Merry Christmas or Merry Christmas Eve. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays, my family. Right. My YouTube family. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I spent last year's Christmas with you guys. So I'm gonna spend, Christmas Eve with you guys. Because it doesn't fall on a regular scheduled day. So I figured I'll still spend the time with you guys. So, since Wednesdays are call-in shows, right? I still want to. I still want it to do where I could, let you call in if you guys want to call in. Okay, if you guys want to talk about anything. Today there's nothing. There's no set show, right? So it's up in the air. I have this interesting YouTube video I wanted to check out. If you guys want to talk about it, we can all talk about it with each other. But I think it might be a little fun, right? I want to do a little bit more fun, more lighthearted. Nothing too crazy or anything, right? Let's not. I mean, we could, right? We could talk about anything. If you guys want to talk about whatever, we could always talk about whatever. But I wanted to check this out, so I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be a fun. Now, if you guys have recommendations, I'm always down for recommendations. Whiskey was here last year with me, right? The amazing man, right? He's an amazing brother. Was was with me here last year, right? In the chat, and he recommended a video, so we watched it, on live stream. We watched it together, so it was fun. It was chilling. So again, tonight it's just a chill stream. Okay, if you guys want to join, you guys can join. We'll just watch some horror theme Christmas videos. I think those would be fun. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, but like I said, today's there's no really concrete topic. We could talk about anything. Okay, we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I just wanted to check this video out and just have a chill stream today. I hope you guys will have a amazing Christmas. I hope you guys will have an amazing or just a nice chill Christmas, right? I hope you guys will have it. I ain't doing much. My families are doing whatever they're doing. English. It's hard to survive in a zombie apocalypse. I don't know if I could survive. Mind you, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I lived with my grandpa in the mountains. See, this is the thing where I always think, right? If it was mountainous areas, you could, if you are used to it, right? If you are used to surviving in mountainous areas, isolated areas, I think you could. Now, survival skills where this is a zombie, right? It's not camping skills. You gotta survive against things that want to kill you. Could you do that? That might be something, right? So we'll check it out. We will be talking about it. So I think it'll be fun. I think it will be fun. I think it will be fun. And I never really thought about it. I never really thought about surviving in a zombie apocalypse. So I don't know. Used to catch snakes and wild dogs. That's not bad. That is still survival skills, right? Have being able to catch wild animals, definitely survival skills. All right, I think that'll be fun. All right, let's check this one out.
What if you woke up in Raccoon City tomorrow? No save typewriters, no quick reloads, just
Steve, what's up, my brother? What is up? Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, everyone.
you, a shotgun, and the worst creatures Capcom has ever dreamed of. How long would you last? Resident Evil is filled with some of the most memorable enemies in gaming history, from simple zombies and the iconic liquor to unstoppable bioweapons and Jack Baker. But if it came down to it,
Now, mutated zombies are just honestly ridiculous. I mean, who's going to survive mutated zombies? Now, come on. Now, regular, I mean, as regular as it is, undead humans, I think it wouldn't be the craziest problem. Now, of course, surviving a horde, no, you're not going to survive a horde. You can't even survive that in real life, right? With actual people, right? With living people. So imagine undead. No, you can't do that. No, that is true, right? You'll see the worst of humanities. That's always the thing. It's not the zombies. It's what happens when you see humans at their worst, right? Truly at their worst, their most uncivilized mindset, right? Where they have no, you know, they let loose.
which enemies could you realistically fight in real life? Today, we're going to find out. I'm going to take a bunch of enemies from across the Resident Evil series and rank them from Catch These Hands to Instant Funeral. And as a little bonus, I'll use that list to figure out which game I'd be most likely to survive in.
Man, seriously, like, oh my god, mosquitoes and all that would be crazy. I mean, like, you might as well just. That's why sometimes I can understand why people just like if it's an actual zombie apocalypse, just end it. Just end it there. Just end it. You know? But I mean, to be honest, it's not like uh, you know, you have that many issues with mosquitoes, particularly in the West, right? Particularly in the West, I don't think mosquitoes are the biggest issues. Now in tropical areas, that's probably it.
But we're going to keep things manageable here. I'm not covering every single Resident Evil game or every single monster, just the ones that stand out. The iconic, the terrifying, and the ones everyone actually remembers. We're pulling from the Resident Evil remake, the modern remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 4, Resident Evil 5 and 7, and we'll finish up with Village. I might also throw in a surprise or two along the way. You never know when a random monstrosity might crash the party. Before we start, I want to set 3 ground rules. Number 1, this is just me. My real life stats and a simple load.
Yeah, that's why like I don't know if I know my if I know my survival, my chance of survival is low, I probably would end it. But I mean, in the West, we don't have to worry about mosquitoes like that. So mosquitoes are not the biggest issue. So that wouldn't even come to mind.
Out of basic Resident Evil style weapons, but more on that in a sec. Number 2, no rocket launchers or miniguns. If it gives me an insane advantage, I can't use it. And number 3, no god tier bosses. I'm not climbing into a tank to fistfight a giant metal Heisenberg. I'm sticking to enemies where there's at least a sliver of a chance, or at least enough to make a fool of myself trying. So let's check out my stats to see what we're working with here. Strength, 5. I'm reasonably adept at picking up heavy things. Speed, 4. Probably quick over a short distance, but anything over 100 meters and I will
I'll probably say my strength is 5.5. I mean, I'm a pretty big dude, so it kind of relates a little bit to strength. Speed, I'll probably say a 4, right?
probably be sick. I'm built for comfort, not speed. Stamina, 2. This might be my downfall. Forget about Nemesis from Resi 3. My Nemesis is a treadmill. Accuracy, 4. I've only fired about 3 real weapons in my entire life, but I am decent at time crisis. Bravery, 5. I'm not a complete coward, but if there's a spider, I'm probably done.
I will say my stats are pretty much the same, right? If I have to quantify my stats, I'll say it's pretty the same. This is pretty. I think this is might be pretty average, so I get it.
For my primary weapon, I'm going for a pump action shotgun. I need to give myself a chance here. The shotgun is a staple of the series and the horror genre in general, and I think I've earned one. Secondary is a pistol. Is there a more iconic weapon in survival horror than the humble handgun? No. My backup.
Cardio is king. Yeah, I mean cardio is king. I definitely agree. You gotta be outrunning things. You got to be outrunning things.
Is a survival knife. Just barely sharp enough to slice a sandwich, but could do the job in a pinch.
Stop! He's already dead.
And that's about it. No ink ribbons, no first aid sprays, just the basics. Now we know my stats. Our tier list is arranged as follows. At the very top is S tier, instant funeral. Absolutely no shot. From Mikey to fleshy paste in less than 5 seconds. A tier, please God no. I'll only win if they trip over first. Otherwise, thoughts and prayers please. B tier, it could go either way. It's a 50-50 split. It could depend on who has the high ground and if I've eaten carbs beforehand. C tier, light work. Might make me sweat, but I've probably got the edge. D tier is catch these hands. Straight up, not scary. Would slap them, no problem. So now we have our tier list. Let's get started.
Resident Evil.
How could we start anywhere other than with the most iconic monster in the franchise, the zombie? Humans afflicted with the cannibal disease, an illness caused by the T-virus bioweapon. While they aren't a huge threat in the game, if this thing takes one bite out of you in real life, you are screwed. One bite would be enough to have you wandering the halls of the Spencer Mansion alongside them. Thankfully, with my shotgun in hand, even with my questionable accuracy, it's basically a one-hit fight. This one is our first entry into D tier. Our good buddy the zombie is catching these hands. The problem is, it doesn't end there. No. If you don't burn zombies in this game after killing them or hit them with a headshot, no guarantees with my accuracy stat, they'll come back to life later on as the far more powerful Crimson Heads. Faster than me, stronger than me, and the terrifying scream while running strategy they adopt would be enough to screw my accuracy up pretty bad. Crimson Heads land in A tier for me. A win is possible providing I don't panic, but spoiler alert, I will. Another staple of the series is zombie dogs. In this game, they're known as Cerberuses. Or should that be Cerberi?
That's always something that I always wonder. I mean, like, I don't know if I'll ever get into a situation like that, right? I'm not really into, I don't really get into like high stressful moments in my life. So it's hard for me to understand how I would be under extreme pressure, right? So I mean, if you're a man that understands how you will be under extreme pressure, credits to you, right? If you understand it. I've never really, I mean, like I've been into certain situations, but like in extreme pressure, I think that's an interesting thing to know about yourself, right? I think that would be interesting to know myself. You know, the Southeast Asian lore, there are varieties of monster zombies. Is like the mild one. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of Asian cultures, they have a lot of folklores on like zombies, right? So they do.
The Cerberus was an early attempt at creating a controllable bioweapon by Umbrella, and they are very bad doggies. While they're not particularly powerful, they are lightning fast and would be hard to put down. I think Cerberus lands in C tier. Again, I think the shotgun comes in clutch here. Next up is one of the darkest characters in the series, Lisa Trevor. Lisa became the focal point of my darkest Resident Evil video because her story is so profoundly sad. In a nutshell, she was abducted and tested on by the owner of Spencer Mansion, Oswald Spencer, who's always reminded me of Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. You're like, ooh, angry. Ooh! She mutated, developed superhuman abilities, and began collecting the faces of researchers and wearing them for herself, which, it doesn't bode well for my chances here. While she is quite slow, she's also literally impervious to damage. In the boss fight against her, your only choice is to keep firing at her until she eventually falls off a ledge into the depths below. The other option is to open her mother's grave to freak her out, where she'll then take her mom's skull and leap off the ledge of her own accord. While I might be able to talk up my chances here, the hard truth is that I'll most likely get my ass handed to me unless I could do something clever. I'm putting Lisa in A tier. The last enemy from this game I'm putting in the list is a pretty straightforward one, the Hunter. Picture a lizard built like Kurt Angle.
Oh, zombie dogs. Yeah, I think that would be yeah. I think I would be done with the zombie dogs as well.
With machetes for hands. They leap across rooms. They decapitate you instantly. I'm not even going to try and defend myself here. Even if I'm able to get my gun up quick enough, I have got no chance of hitting it. This is S tier all day long. Instant funeral. I would die so fast, the savoury music wouldn't even have a chance to stop playing. Now I know what you're thinking. Mikey, it'd be so easy to kill a hunter. They're easy in the game. Okay. Imagine you're at your desk right now, editing a YouTube video. I don't know, it's a hypothetical situation. You spin around in your chair and boom, there's a hunter at your door. Do you really think you stand a chance? Now apply that same logic to every creature in this video. Let's move on. Next up is the Resident Evil 2 remake and probably my favourite enemy in the entire franchise, the Licker. So, looking at this thing, you'd think, right, that's going straight in S tier, wouldn't you? But bear with me for a sec. Yeah, these things are absolutely terrifying, but hear me out. They don't have skin, they don't have eyes, and even their brains are exposed. Surely a well-placed shot. Fuck it, who am I kidding? They're turning me into mulch in a heartbeat. S tier, go on, off you pop. Come to think of it, I really should have included crows earlier on in my list to bump my numbers up. Actually, screw it. I'm putting crows in now. Crows, D tier, E tier. That's awful, isn't it? Another rad enemy that I want to call out is Ivy. I guess they're just a variation on the classic zombie, but one that's been corrupted by the new vegan bioweapon, Plant 43. The plant lashed out at the researchers, killing many of the team, and implanted seedlings within them. Once matured, the seedlings would twist the victims' bodies into something terrifying. They operate under Dead Space rules in that you simply have to shoot the orange bulbs on their body, but this doesn't take them out forever. You'll need fire for that. While I couldn't kill them with my loadout, I like to think I could at least buy myself a little bit of time to at least evade them with it. I'm sticking Ivy in C tier. While I don't...
Yeah, when I was young, I didn't really play the scary games because, man, I was a chicken. I'll say that. I was definitely a chicken.
Fancy my chances too much for this next one. Mr. X from the Resident Evil 2 remake might be one of my favourite parts of it. He was one of 6 tyrants airlifted to Raccoon City after a G-Virus outbreak consumed the local area. They were given instructions to recover a G-Virus sample from the pendant of a little girl named Sherry Birkin, and also kill any surviving officers and civilian witnesses found in the police station. As we're trying to help Sherry throughout the police station, we, of course, encounter Mr. X. Mr. X is another enemy you can't kill with conventional weapons, and your best option is to run from him. Oh no. S tier. The standard formula of Resident Evil changed forever with Resident Evil 4, and it's easily one of my favourite entries in the series. Come to think of it, it might actually be my favourite. Set in rural Spain, our hero with the best haircut in gaming, Leon Kennedy, after Squall Leonhardt that is, has been tasked with rescuing the president's daughter, who has been kidnapped by a cult known as Los Illuminados.
Brent, what's up, my brother? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to all my brothers. Happy holidays to all my brothers. Yes, that looks like an S-tier man.
Tracking her to a secluded village, he discovers that there's something very wrong with villagers. Los Illuminados have been experimenting on the townsfolk. The humble zombie has been replaced by the ganado. These villagers have been injected with a parasite known as Las Plagas, and they're not particularly welcoming. They can use simple tools as weapons or dodge your attacks, and if you're not careful, can swarm you in a heartbeat. Oh, can't show that one. I'd probably put them in D tier. They're tricky customers, but oh my god, when their heads burst, a flaming parasite explodes out. Okay, C tier, C tier. Another gentleman you meet early on is Dr. Salvador, colloquially known as Chainsaw Man. Like the other villagers, this dude is extremely violent. But rather than approaching you slowly and biding his time for a moment to strike, he'll scream and sprint towards you wielding his chainsaw. If he gets close, it's one and done, and he'll quickly turn you into Leon soup. Not quite as good as a veal sandwich, but at least still snack adjacent. I'd put him in A tier, but he's actually really susceptible to shotgun blasts, so I think he just barely drops down into B tier. On a similar thread, the Garador is another blade-wielding maniac. This time, the enemy underwent physical enhancements.
Cardio is so important. Like dodging these things, you gotta be able to dodge. You gotta be able to, you gotta be able to move. You gotta be able to move well. That's right. In a zombie apocalypse, you gotta be able to, be able to dodge them, right? Move the push, all be really agility galore. Cardio is so important.
Through the use of the Plaga parasite. While it made them super jacked, it also made them uncontrollably aggressive. So much so that their captors had to sew their eyes shut to prevent them attacking everything they saw. Yikes. While I barely stand a chance against these, I think A tier is fair. The only thing between me and them is my ability to sneak around.
Whiskey, thank you for the love. I want to say, right? You were here with me last Christmas. So thank you for being with me here again this Christmas, right? I love you, my brother. I love you. Right? Merry Christmas. Thank you for being here, right? Thank you for still being around. I love you. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hope all of you guys had a Merry Christmas, right? Hope all of you guys will have a good Christmas. Zombies are slow. They are slow. But, average man, average person, they're not all that fast either, so. But yes, that's why, you gotta have a decent cardio, right? Where you could move around.
Like Sam Fisher. They can't see, so if I play my sneaky boy cards right and don't wear my docs, I could probably sneak up on them and deliver a shell to the cranium. Now for one of the scariest enemies of all time. And I don't just mean in Resident Evil, I mean in all of gaming. Deep in the Los Illuminados labs, you learn of a creature that has been created by implanting multiple plagas into a single patient. It caused severe mutations and the ability to regenerate flesh in an instant, creating the Regenerador. Oh my god, this thing is absolutely cursed. I could unload the shotgun, pistol, and throw the knife, and it would just knit itself back together. The best way to kill one of these things is to use a thermal scope, locate the parasite in its body, and take them out with a rifle. All the tools I don't have in my loadout.
Me? Just hanging around.
There's also another version known as the Iron Maiden, which is covered head to toe in spikes, but I've already seen enough here. If this enemy isn't S tier, nothing on this list is. Even on my best day, hopped up on Mountain Dew, I still wouldn't stand a chance. Finally, there's actually one boss in this game that's totally iconic and actually pretty beatable. El Gigante. I reckon if I were to...
Jesus Christ.
By the way, after a few people asked for them, I've added outtakes to the end of the video this time. How long would you last? If this kind of stuff is your jam, make sure you stick around to the end.
That's exactly what I would do.
I'll be honest, I didn't really vibe with Resident Evil.
I definitely want to add some guns to my collection, right? I think I definitely want to collect some guns. I do. I think that would be pretty badass and cool.
5 when it came out. Maybe it was a little too action heavy for my taste. The thing is, that doesn't exactly bode well for my chances of survival either. Like the zombies being replaced by the more intelligent and more aggressive Ganado in Resident Evil 4, the Ganado was replaced by the Magini in Resident Evil 5. They're faster, more unpredictable, and they've got a huge numbers advantage. The difference in Resident Evil 5 is that Leon was replaced by Chris Redfield, who's an absolute unit, so the enemies got ramped up too. While Chris fares well against them, I might not be so lucky. One-on-one, they'd probably land in D tier, but those encounters are such a rarity, I'm going to place them in C tier. Next up is the Executioner Magini. This dude is straight up terrifying at first glance, but allow me to noodle for a sec. This one might surprise you. Yeah, he's basically a refrigerator with legs and a giant axe/hammer, but he's also exceptionally slow. Even though I haven't specced any points into stamina throughout my life, I still think I could put some distance between him and myself in short bursts. That would give me enough time to chip away at him with my trusty 12 gauge. I'm dropping him into B tier. One last enemy that was a breeze for Chris, but probably wouldn't be for me would be, yeah, you guessed it, the boulder.
I've never seen that movie, but I don't really I don't really watch movies that are that old.
What the fuck is this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
I don't think any adversary, can I even call this an adversary, has been more commonly memed than the boulder in Resident Evil 5. For me, it epitomizes the missteps this game and the series as a whole took in this era. The finale of the game sees you tailing someone I'll talk about in a little while into the caldera of an active volcano. It's nice to see that the game follows the same rules as both Super Mario and Terminator 2, in that if the environment is hot and melty, it's approaching the final section. On his journey, Chris's path is blocked by a boulder that is probably 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide. And while pushing it doesn't do the trick, for some reason, punching it does. Now, I want my channel to do well, and I'm incredibly grateful for you folks watching along, but I ain't about to punch a rock for content. Just like his brothers Rock and Stonewood, Boulder is going into S tier.
David, what is up? What is up? Happy holidays.
Amazingly, even while writing this part of the video, a member of my Discord server made an image of my head being Chris's adversary instead of the boulder.
I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
If you want to swing by, the save room is a chilled place where some of the best people on. This, in my opinion, is where Resident Evil found its mojo again. Resident Evil 6 was a bit flat, and the idea to reinvigorate the series by switching to a first-person camera was genius. We moved away from all-out action and went back to what made the series great in the first place. Tight corridors, fewer but more deadly enemies, and a less capable hero in Ethan Winters. Speaking of less capable heroes, let's say how I get on here. The enemies here are all mold-based. Think of them less as reanimated corpses and more like the result of corpses fed to mobile colonies of hyper-evolved fungus generated by the bioweapon known as E001, otherwise known as Evelyn. This mold forms humanoid creatures that can reform with huge, gnashing teeth. They're sentient and can move in little packs, but despite their intimidating appearance, I think I could dispatch them. 5 well-placed headshots with a pistol is enough to drop them.
Yeah, I mean, like, seriously. You gotta get those weapons, right? I mean, like, having a gun collection, that's what it's talking about. A shotgun, a machine gun,
and if I manage to fuck that up, the shotgun would annihilate them. Molded enemies are going to catch these hands in D tier. The problem is that the mold has infected the main antagonists of this game too. The Baker family have all been corrupted by the mold, and it's given them some truly weird and wacky abilities. The first of which is Marguerite Baker.
Trauma, PTSD, trauma, generational trauma.
She gains the ability to produce and control insects from the enormous hive in her, well, let's just say it's a place that should not produce swarms of insects. Using the mold, she can also stretch out her limbs and crawl around on the walls and ceiling like a spider. Thankfully, one of your best defenses against her is the shotgun. And while I'd definitely lose a lot of HP, I'm pretty sure I'd stand a chance. Not much of one, but a chance nonetheless. Maggie's going into A tier. While there are other enemies in this game that are super cool, I only want to talk about Jack Baker now because I think he could challenge for being one of the best enemies in the entire series.
Welcome to the family, son.
He's the unstoppable force of the game, and his power only grows throughout it. At first, he's a C-tier nuisance, taking the form of an angry dad, and will only fight you with fists or a shovel. He quickly transcends through the tier list, though, as you discover his regenerative powers are way stronger than you first think. Just a quick little side note here. This scene is such a great example of how, when a game subverts your expectations, it can be truly heart-stopping. I don't think anyone was expecting Jack to burst through that wall when they first played it, and I love that. Throughout the game, Jack will shoot himself in the head, get crushed in a car, and set on fire. If you think that's enough to stop him, you are sadly mistaken. After losing his upper body, Jack regenerates into a goopy monstrosity covered in eyes. Ethan only manages to defeat him by injecting him with a serum that calcifies his entire, I want to say body, but this is barely recognizable as a life form at this point. Either way, I am screwed here. No amount of mental gymnastics makes up for the fact that my loadout is not capable of dispatching him, so he has to land in S tier. This brings me on to the final game I want to talk about for two massive reasons. Village builds on the incredible foundations laid by 7, but amplifies the stakes and the variety of environments. You'll spend your time in Eastern Europe in rundown villages, gargantuan elaborate castles, and huge factories. If Resident Evil 4 isn't...
Yeah, we gotta thank God that there's no mutated zombies, right? I don't know. Could humans actually survive? Could humans actually survive in a zombie apocalypse? It's very, I don't know. I think the human species would be dwindled to just a couple million, right? In an actual zombie apocalypse, man. Now the mutated thing, maybe that's what I'm thinking about, right? Mutated zombies, yeah, we probably won't survive. Now I always think that human beings, we may, I don't know, because look at COVID, right? I was thinking about, you look at COVID, a lot of people did die, right? A lot of people did die, but we had that controlled, right? We kind of put that on under control a bit, right? Not as many people died. So I always wonder, right? What would a zombie outbreak? Well, it's not like I'm dying to see a zombie outbreak, but I don't know. Could we actually put that in control? A zombie outbreak? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if they can survive a lot of dum-dums roaming around. That's true, right? I mean, like, human beings right now are drastically different than people of the past, right? We are more, I can say we are more civilized, but we are less outdoorsy, right? We are a less, only the extremely cunning. I agree, right? People who have good survival instincts, people that are like healthy in body, because in the West we are we have a obesity problem, we have a entitlement problem, right? We are very entitled people, so I don't know. I don't think so. So maybe we wouldn't survive that easily. I can agree with that. I can see that.
My favourite. Then I think Village might be. The mold theme continues, but this time it interacts with a parasite known as Kadu, a Romanian word meaning gift, developed by a mold-infected cult leader known as Miranda. This combination of mold and parasite results in your most basic enemy being the human canine lichen. Of all of the basic enemies in this series, I think this one is the most intimidating at first. More aggressive than the Magini, more agile than the Molded, more intelligent than the Ganado. I'd sooner take a room full of...
Laughing Man, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, my brother. Happy holidays. Depends if it's Night of the Living Dead zombies or 28 Days Later zombies. Huh. Yeah. I do agree. Depending on what type of zombies. If it's the slow, weak zombies that you see, yeah, people can survive it better. What's up, everyone? Today's just a chill stream, right? It's just a chill stream. We're just watching certain things together. Just have a chill stream before Christmas, right? Happy Christmas Eve, happy Christmas, happy holidays. We're just chilling together. Zombieland, Zombieland is an awesome movie. I love Zombieland, right? I really do. First one was amazing. The first Zombieland movie was an amazing movie.
Zombies and even one or two of these. Well, the shotgun would work for me here. My main worry is letting them get too close. If I play my cards right, I can probably take these on with just a pistol with enough distance between us. Either that or, just like Ethan, hole up in a building nervously poking my shotgun out of the windows to keep them away. I'm going to pop them into C tier, but they would have easily found their way into B tier if my ego could have handled the idea of Jacob from Twilight scrambling me like an egg. There are some amazing enemies in this game. The Urias, Varkalak, the various Soldats. Come to think of it, maybe I should just make a video covering just this game. But the enemies I mainly want to talk about are some of the more iconic ones.
Now, let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters.
Lady D in her first form is beatable. I know she's 9'6" and has claws the size of baseball bats, but I've got a shotgun and a dream. The problem is that this isn't her final form. After playing Kiss Chase with you around the castle, she reveals that she's not your average goth girlfriend. She's actually this thing. No, that's enough of that. S tier. Next on the list is Baby. Okay, yep, that's S tier. No, wait, hold up. So, Baby likely isn't even a real thing. It's the product of huffing the mold-infected plants around House Beneviento. It's just a hallucination. In theory, as long as I don't stop to smell the flowers, I should be fine. Plus, even if I...
Yeah, this is a thing where this is why I couldn't play the Resident Evil games, right? I think it's just too much. The Resident Evil games, I think, is way too much. Imagine zombie dragon roaming around. You might as well just off yourself right now.
Did have to fight this thing. I'm pretty sure a shotgun would do the trick, right? It's just a baby. Alright, it can stay in A tier. Most of the other enemies in this game would turn me into a mic shake within just a few moments, but I think...
DA, you heard of the God of Death, aka Asivus? No, I don't know the name. It's an asteroid like that took out the dinosaur, yeah, and it's coming back. Really? I don't know. I'll still be alive in 2038. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The official tools to deal with zombies are rock salt, thread, needle, and candles. Really? Huh. How's that? How would you deal with zombies with that? Hmm. That's interesting. Days Gone, huh? Okay. I don't know. It's so hard for me to find some time to invest in games. I usually watch it, right? I have a few streamers that I watch. So I just let them play in the background, right? While I'm doing other stuff. So depends on what kind of universe to some salt are not gonna work. Yeah.
Special mention should go to Mother Miranda.
I will take what is due. My desires will be fulfilled.
Rose is mine! What the fuck?
Relatable. In every form she takes, she's a death machine. Whether she's in human form, flying, a spider, or whatever this thing is, there's no possible way a human could defeat her. Overall, there are so many enemies to choose from throughout the series, but I don't think any enemy exemplifies how little of a chance you'd have in any of the games than my final boss for the video, Albert Wesker. If Resident Evil's monsters are the nightmares that keep you awake at night, Wesker is the one who walks into your bedroom, turns the lights on, and tells you there's no point in sleeping because you're already dead. Wesker initially starts off as someone on your team, but there was always something suspicious about him.
He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard. Oh.
Umbrella.
This isn't some mindless zombie you could maybe sidestep, or a big hulking bioweapon that you could potentially outwit. Wesker is faster than you, stronger than you, and smarter than you, and just for fun, he'll wear a sweet pair of shades while he strikes the final blow. Even before his viral enhancements, Wesker is an elite marksman, a master tactician, and basically the corporate version of the final boss. After the virus, he's a blur of sunglasses, leather, and smug one-liners, moving faster than your brain can process. Some of those lines are probably some of the corniest in the whole series as well.
Fritz, oh little fishy, come see my hook.
So yeah, if the rest of Resident Evil's creatures are dangerous, fighting Wesker is downright hopeless. He's the final boss of this list for a reason, because if it came down to me versus him, the only victory I'd get would be a moral one before I got launched through a wall. So those are all of the enemies I wanted to cover, but based on the tier list, which one would I be most likely to survive? Well, in all honesty, probably none of them. Have you seen some of the freaks on this list? If I had to choose one game to be teleported into with the hopes of surviving, I need to try and think about it logically. The Ganados and Magini being the most basic enemies rule out both 4 and 5 for me. The Lycans likewise do the same for Village. If even the most basic enemy is Nightmare Fuel, I don't want to go anywhere near that world. That leaves Resident Evil 1, 2, and 7. I'd have no chance against the Baker family, so let's rule that out. That leaves me in the unenviable.
But how would that work, right? Rock salt. But I mean, if this is undead zombies, I think the rock salts wouldn't mean anything. Now, if they are like I don't know, virus, if they're virus zombies, then that's probably different, right? If it's virus zombies, then okay, right? I can understand that virus zombies, so it's not the worst. If it's undead zombies, I don't think it's gonna do much, right? I'm just NPC. Exactly. I might as well. Exactly. I probably will that too.
Position of choosing between 1 and 2. Well, the second game has lickers. The first has both hunters and crimson heads. So even with all of its pitfalls, I think I'd have to go for the remake of Resident Evil 2. If I could survive for long enough against Mr. X, that just means that my final boss would be William Birkin. Not too bad, right?
You gotta stop moving like this.
Okay, maybe not. So there you have it. My completely scientific, 100% accurate, not at all biased breakdown of which Resident Evil enemies I'd survive and which ones would immediately redecorate the walls with me. If nothing else, this experiment has taught me 2 things. Number 1, I'm not the action hero that my brain thinks I am. And 2, if I were to ever wake up in Raccoon City, I'm not grabbing a shotgun, I'm grabbing a passport and a one-way ticket to literally anywhere else on the fucking planet. But hey, maybe you're braver than me.
You know what? How to survive a zombie apocalypse? Leave. Do not be in cities. Do not live in cities. Live in seclusion. That's how you survive. That is how you survive. Voodoo zombies. Oh, voodoo zombies. Okay, I can understand those, right? I do know about those those supposedly like those are basically like fungus zombies and stuff like that. I think I've heard of that stuff. All right. So, no. Yeah. What do you guys think? Tonight, again, guys, tonight is just going to be a chill stream, right? Tonight we're having just a chill stream. Okay? Really just hanging out. Just hanging out, watching some videos together, all right? That's what I thought. To send me to an isolated island. Yes. I'll pack all my shit and I'll go to a island. I will be going to an island. So I might as well go to a freaking island. All right, guys. So, tonight we're just chilling. We're just having fun. We're just, hanging out, right? Hanging out for the holidays. We're just hanging out for the holidays. So, I have nothing really planned. There's nothing special, right? We're not doing anything crazy. We're not doing anything in particular. I kind of like horror, right? I like watching little horror stuff. So I have some horror related shorts, right? Horror shorts. So let's check them out. Let's see if these are scary or not, right? So let's watch some things with me. Again, tonight is just a chill stream, right? We'll watch a few videos together and we'll end out tonight. So yeah. So if you guys like some horror stuff, that's what we'll be doing tonight. I'm just watching some, little scary things. Lores. I haven't been thinking. I don't think about money lores like that, right? I just have been. Yes. Let's check them out. Let's see if these are any good ones. Let's have some fun. Let's just have some interesting fun. All right. Let's check it out. I love it. This is why I'm doing it, right? I'm spending my my Christmas, with my brothers, right? With my I'm spending Christmas with you guys and I love it, right? I'm spending Christmas with you guys and I love it. All right. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's an interesting one. Not a bad one. All right. Let's have some horror shorts. Let's see if these are funny. Let's check them out. Or let's see if these give any goosebumps. Yes, zombies don't have a working brain. I definitely, yeah.
the milk. Santa? Santa, is that you? Santa, come out. It's me, Sally Sue. Come back. Thanks for the car, Santa.
You're welcome, Sally Sue.
This is ridiculous. This is corny. I was just checking it out, right? Seeing if it's good or not. Let's I want to check this one out.
Let's run a simulation.
It was corny, but it was cute. All right, let's check out some more. I kind of want to dig into the whole surviving a zombie apocalypse thing. So let's check this one out. The Grinch. It was the Grinch stuff. It was corny, but it was. Let's check this one out. I want to see if this is good.
It starts on a Tuesday because the end of the world never has the decency to wait for the weekend. You wake up, reach for your phone to doom scroll, and notice the Wi-Fi icon is gone. That's annoying. Then you notice the silence. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's the sirens. Not the usual city background noise, but a layered...
Oh, the Batman. Oh my God, the Batman one, the Batman movie, and Die Hard. I wish, you know what? If I didn't get copyright strikes, I'll be watching Die Hard with you guys right now on stream. I'll be watching Die Hard with you guys on stream right now. If I wouldn't get copyright strike, we'll be watching Die Hard on stream. So,
panicked harmony of every emergency vehicle in the county moving at once. You check the window. Down on the street, traffic isn't just gridlocked, it's abandoned. Doors open, engines idling, coffee cups sitting on roofs. That is the universal sign that the schedule for the day has officially changed. Welcome to day one. This isn't about being a hero.
Oh no, for sure. Yo, I was eventually gonna do a stream about how women constantly talk about they don't need no man. Really. In a zombie apocalypse, no feminism, right? There will be no such thing as feminism, right? In a zombie apocalypse, women will definitely 100% need men. Now, it's a ridiculous scenario, but in a survival scenario, women 100% need men. Feminism is a luxury.
This is about the logistics of not dying when civilization decides to take a sick day. Most of us have a cinematic version of the apocalypse in our heads. We imagine we'll instantly transform into a tactical genius with unlimited cardio. The reality is usually much more embarrassing. We hesitate. We look for someone in a uniform to tell us what to do. We wait for the internet to come back on so we can tweet about the zombies on the lawn. That hesitation is called normalcy bias. It's a psychological state where your brain refuses to accept a disaster because it hasn't happened before. It tries to force the chaotic data into a normal pattern. You hear a gunshot and your brain says, car backfire. You see a person eating another person and your brain says, aggressive performance art. Breaking that loop is the only thing that matters in the first 20 minutes. Today, we are going to walk...
That right there, right here, I've always thought about that too, right? The whole thing where not believing not believing your eyes, not believing in it's fooling yourself, right? This is the thing where I said this, where I was believed to be more logical, or not necessarily just logical, but more to try not to delude yourself. That's always important, right? Don't be delusional. I always think that's an important thing.
Through the first 24 hours of a Class 4 outbreak. We'll look at the gear you actually have versus the gear you wish you had, the physics of a traffic jam, and why your choice of footwear is statistically more important than your aim. This is a thought experiment in staying alive when the odds and the neighbors are against you. If you're ready to ruin your sleep schedule with some high-stakes anxiety, let's get started. The scenario is simple. A biological or supernatural event has turned a significant portion of the population into hostile vectors. Fast movers, slow shamblers, it doesn't matter yet. The mechanics of the threat are secondary to the mechanics of the collapse. In those first few hours, the virus isn't the biggest killer. Confusion is. Information travels slowly when the cell towers are overwhelmed by millions of "Are you okay?" texts. By the time the emergency broadcast system cuts through the static, the panic has already set the board. Most people will freeze. They will stay in their apartments, locking the deadbolt but leaving the blinds open, watching the chaos spread like a spectator's sport. This is a mistake. Information is your primary resource, more valuable than ammunition or canned beans. You need to know the scale. Is this local? Is it global? Are the safe zones actually safe? Or are they just buffets with better fences? If the news anchors are still broadcasting from a studio, you have time. If the broadcast is a looped recording from a bunker, or just a colour bar test pattern, the window is closing. The goal of day one is not to win the war, it's to survive the transition. Civilization is a heavy machine. When it breaks, it crashes hard. Power grids fail because nobody is manning the stations. Water pressure drops as pump.
This is the thing. Something I always think about. I really want to. I don't know. Like I'm not a fan of nature, right? I'm a city boy. This is why I'm always skeptical and scared, right? I'll admit my flaws where I don't know how I'd be in wilderness, right? So, but because I've been like watching a whole lot of outdoors camping survival thing, so I have been interested in it. But man, it's like I wondered would I be able to do it, because I don't like wilderness. I don't like surviving outside. So yeah, the transition's gonna F most Western people up. I agree, right? If you don't, this is a thing where if you're the farther you are from nature, the harder it will be. I'm a city boy. I'm not a nature boy. I'm not a camping. I've never gone camping. You know, sometimes like it looks nice. It looks really cool, right? That is right there. In my opinion, that's men, right? That is truly men. Conquering and shaping the wilderness, or like combating or conforming, or just dealing with outside the wilderness. That is true man. But I don't know if I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I've never, I've never hunt for food, so I don't know if I could do it.
Lose power. Supply chains snap. The supermarket.
That is true, right? I think 90% of women. I think 90% of women will not be able to survive in a non-civilized settings. I think 90% of women. But here's my thing, right? I'll also be, I'll, kind. I'll also be account or like not so biased. I think 70% of men, 70, maybe 60, right? 60 to 70% of men probably will have where they can't survive, or they will have a hard time surviving in a non-civilized settings. But I think men will adapt quicker than women. This is the thing where I'm always thinking about if I should try to get into fishing, right? I really do. I constantly think about it. Should I get into fishing? Because I think that would be a really cool thing, right? It'd be really interesting. I'm going to be a Chad. I'm going to be a Chad when the time comes for sure. Women, yes. Survival skills, you're a Chad, right? In a apocalyptic setting, you'll be a Chad with survival skills. Really? I don't know. Maybe it does. Like, you work for your food, right? You work for your food. You're really like, you're cooking it basically. I can see that. I can understand that.
Down the street has exactly 3 days of food on the shelves, and it will be empty in 3 hours. The first step is acceptance. You have to look at the burning skyline and admit that your 9 to 5 is over. That acceptance allows you to move while everyone else is still bargaining with reality. We are going to break this down hour by hour. We'll look at the mindset, the kit, the escape, and the shelter. But first, we have to deal with the immediate problem. Waking up and realizing you are currently in the worst place possible. Let's talk about the freeze response. Evolution gave us fight or flight, but it also gave us stand very still and hope the predator has.
Laughing man, you have good survival skills? You have good survival skills? I mean, like, props to you guys, right? Props to you guys that have outdoor survival skills. I have none. I'm a city boy. I think I could adapt, right? That's where I'm leaning on, but I never camped. I never, made made fire. So I always want to, right? I don't know. I really want to try it out sometimes.
Bad eyesight. In a modern context, this looks like denial. I've read accounts of disaster survivors who spent valuable minutes finishing their coffee or tidying up their living room while a fire raged downstairs. It is a desperate attempt to maintain order. In a zombie apocalypse, order is gone.
Yeah, this is the thing where I'm definitely. I think in give a little bit more time. I definitely want to get into fishing. I definitely want to get into fishing. I think that would be relaxing, right? And at least get me some kind of unique, outdoor skill, right? Fishing would be a good outdoor skill.
Chaos is the new landlord. The moment you confirm the threat, maybe you see a neighbour taking a bite out of the mailman, you have to shift gears. This is the OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, act. Military strategists use it, and so should you. Observe the street. Where are the threats? Where are the gaps? Orient yourself to the geography. Is the main road blocked? Is the alley clear? Decide on a course of action. Then act with 100% commitment. The average person gets stuck on decide. They weigh the pros and cons until the window of opportunity slams shut. In a crisis, a good plan executed immediately is better than a perfect plan executed 10 minutes too late. Fear is going to be there. It's a chemical.
Don't camp in the Appalachian Mountains. Is it because of those scary stories? I don't know. Is it the crazy shit in there? What, like, really?
Dump of adrenaline and cortisol designed to make you run faster and hit harder. But without focus, it just makes you shake. Panic is useless energy. It's like revving an engine in neutral. You burn fuel, but you don't go anywhere. To manage it, you need to shrink your world. Don't think about next week. Don't think about the collapse of government. Think about the next 5 minutes. Can I secure this door? Can I fill these bottles? Can I find my boots? Small, achievable tasks trick your brain into feeling control. Once you feel control, the panic recedes. Optimism is another tool, but use it carefully. Blind hope gets you killed. It will all blow over is a dangerous sentence. I can handle this specific problem right now is a survival mantra. You need to find a balance between the paranoia of a conspiracy theorist and the pragmatism of a plumber. Expect the worst, but work with what you have.
I don't know. I mean, like, that would be interesting, right? Going canoeing. I'm such a city boy. I don't know. I've never done canoeing. I mean, I think that would be fun, but man, oof. Food, water, and shelter. The only thing I think I would think in that time. Exactly. I probably the same.
Look at the information vacuum. In the movies, the radio always works. There's always a gravelly voiced general telling you to go to the stadium. In reality, misinformation will spread faster than the virus. Social media, if it's still up, will be a cesspool of rumours, hoaxes, and bad advice. Drink bleach to cure the bite, or zombies can't swim. Bad ideas will trend. You need to vet your intel. Look for corroboration. If 3 independent sources say the downtown bridge is out, believe them. If one anonymous account says the mall is a safe haven, assume it's a trap. The mall is never a safe haven. It's a glass box filled with panic and limited exits. Listening is safer than looking. Sound travels. Gunshots, screams, and sirens paint a map of the danger zones. If the north side of the city is roaring and the south side is quiet, head south. But be aware of the quiet trap. Silence can mean safety, or it can mean everyone there is already dead. Trust your gut. If a street feels wrong, it's wrong. Subconscious processing is faster than conscious thought. Your brain might notice a lack of birds, a strange smell, or a shadow in a window before you consciously register it. Listen to that unease. The goal in this first hour is simply to gather data without becoming a statistic. Keep the lights off. Stay away from the windows. Turn the volume on your radio down to a whisper. You want to be a ghost. The flashy survivors, the ones shooting at shadows and screaming for help, are the ones who draw the horde. Be boring. Be quiet. Be alive. All right, the shock has worn off. You're breathing. Now you need stuff. The fantasy is that you have a bug-out bag packed by a special forces consultant sitting by the door.
I have been thinking about that. Should I have a bug out bag? I mean, I always think of that, right? I do like, the idea of it, but man, I don't know. Yeah, you watch a documentary of every country's depiction of zombies? No, I've never seen that documentary. It's weird feeling I experienced that one time is scary.
The reality is you have a junk drawer, a half-empty backpack, and
You know the thing, right? For a long time, right? When the whole prepper thing was really a big craze, I've been thinking about it. I always think about, like, should I do it? Like, should I have a bug out bag? Should I have, buy certain things for prepping? I always think about it. It's always in the back of my mind if I should, do a little bit of prepping. I always think about that.
a pantry full of expired salsa. That's fine, we improvise. Start with the basics: water, protection, and tools. Water is heavy, but you die without it in 3 days. You become useless without it in 1. Fill every container you have: the bathtub, the sink, the pots, the plastic bottles in the recycling bin. The water pressure might last an hour, or it might fail now. Do this first. While the tap is running, assess your wardrobe. This sounds trivial, but people die because they tried to outrun the apocalypse in flip-flops. You need durability: work boots or running shoes, long sleeves and thick denim. The goal isn't fashion, it's scratch resistance. A zombie bite is the end, but a rusty nail or a jagged piece of glass can kill you just as dead with a septic infection. Layers are your armour. Leather jackets are great if you have one. They're tough to bite through. Now, the kit. You're looking for the holy trinity.
Yo, Whiskey, I'm not surprised you have a bug out bag. I'm not surprised. I've been thinking about it. So I was wondering if I should do it, but I'm not surprised you have a bug out bag.
Of scavenging: a blade, a light, and a fastener. A kitchen knife is okay, but a sturdy multi-tool or a hammer is better. Hammers don't need sharpening, and they double as entry tools. For light, a crank flashlight is gold, but grab batteries if you have them. Duct tape, zip ties, or paracord, anything that binds things together is invaluable. You will be amazed at how much of the apocalypse involves simply tying things to other things. Medical supplies are next. Band-aids won't cut it. Grab the rubbing alcohol, the painkillers, the antibiotics if you have any, and clean socks. Foot care is survival. If you can't walk, you're just a buffet item waiting to be plated. Let's address the weapon question. Everyone wants the katana or the shotgun. Statistically, you probably have a baseball bat or a really heavy cast iron skillet. That works. The problem with guns, assuming you have one and know how to use it, is the noise. A gunshot in a quiet city is a dinner bell. It tells every zombie within a mile exactly where the fresh meat is.
Yeah, I'm always wearing flip-flops. So I was like, I'm a city boy. That's why I was like, I'm always wearing flip-flops. I'm wearing flip-flops. So I don't know. I mean, like, I probably shouldn't, right? But I'm a flip-flop guy.
It also tells other desperate survivors that you have something worth stealing. On day 1, melee is king. It's quiet, it doesn't run out of ammo, and it doesn't jam. But fighting is a last resort. The best weapon you have is cardio. Rule number 1 of the wasteland: don't be there when the problem arrives. Avoidance beats combat every time. If you have to fight, it means your plan failed. Now, look at your food. Canned goods are heavy. Dried goods need water to cook. Energy bars, peanut butter, jerky, high calorie, low weight, no prep. Grab those. Don't pack for a month. Pack for 3 days. You need to be mobile. If your bag is so heavy you can't hop a fence, dump the extra cans of soup. Mobility is life. Finally, scan for personal items. Glasses? Spare pair. Prescription meds? Grab the whole bottle. Photos of loved ones? Take one, keep it small. Morale matters, but nostalgia weighs you down. Assemble this pile on the bed. Pack it logically. Emergency items on top, sleeping gear at the bottom. Put it on. Jump up and down. If it jingles, tape it down. Silence is your friend. You are now better equipped than 90% of...
That's also one of the things, right? I mean, like I would love to, learn more about survival techniques. That would be so cool. That's why I've been lucky. I've been watching, certain people who do camping and stuff. So I always think that I'm always fascinated by it. From rice, exactly. Yes, the Asian people, we get our power from rice. I definitely agree.
The population, simply because you thought about socks and didn't fire a gun into the air. Now comes the hardest decision of day one. Stay or go? This is the bug in versus bug out debate. The answer depends entirely on where you are. If you are in a high density urban centre, think Manhattan, London, Tokyo,
Yo, I love the Outdoor Boys. I also watch that too. Outdoor Boys, amazing content creator. Amazing content creator. I watch that guy a lot, right? I watch him a lot. So I love to see his stuff.
you are in a trap. Millions of people mean millions of potential vectors. Elevators are death boxes. Stairwells are choke points. The streets will be impassable rivers of panic. In this scenario, your best bet might be to barricade instantly and wait for the initial chaos to thin out, or to move immediately before the gridlock solidifies. If you wait too long, you're stuck. If you leave too early, you're caught in the stampede. It's a gamble. However, if you are in the suburbs or a rural area, you have options. A house is defensible, but glass windows are weak points. A second floor apartment with the stairs destroyed is a fortress. Look at your dwelling with a siege mentality. How many entrances are there? Can you cover them all? Most modern homes are built for comfort, not defence. They have sliding glass doors, big bay windows, and flimsy locks. You need to harden the target. Move heavy furniture in front of the doors. Mattress against the windows doesn't stop bullets, but it blocks line of sight. Zombies are often stimulated by visual triggers. If they can't see you, they might walk right past. If you decide to run, you need a destination. A way is not a destination.
Yo, I admit, right? This is the thing where sometimes when I see those zombie movies, right? When they're seeing like zombies in the news, or like something like someone is biting someone else and they're just like watching it, just like he was talking about in the middle and in the beginning. If you're just watching people eating other people, really? I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I'm gonna pack some shit and I'm hitting the road. I'm hitting the road right away. Right? Gotta go. Gotta go home to my country. Yeah, I'm flying to a remote area, and then waiting for the chaos or for watching what's going to go happen.
A way is how you run out of gas on a highway surrounded by cornfields and walkers. You need a specific waypoint: a relative's farm, a cabin, a water treatment plant. Avoid the obvious spots. Hospitals, police stations, and schools are the first places everyone goes. They become
100%. Yo, that again, right? Hesitation is a big killer. Like deluding yourself, like, oh, what's going on? No, you will kill. You're killing yourself. Wow, that's some whiskey. I think you will prosper in an apocalypse. I can see you prospering in an apocalypse.
ground zero for infection. Never go to a refugee centre on day one. It's just a waiting room for the virus. Let's talk about the route. Highways are parking lots. Assume every main artery is blocked by accidents, checkpoints, or piles of abandonment. You need the back roads, the alleys, the train tracks. Navigation apps will fail or give you bad data based on old traffic patterns. You need a paper map. If you don't have one, download offline maps to your phone right now before the grid goes down. Look for topographical advantages. High ground is good for scouting, bad for wind. Waterways can be natural barriers or escape routes, but they can also funnel threats. If you are moving by car, keep the windows cracked so you can hear trouble. Keep the doors locked. Don't stop for anyone. That sounds harsh, and it is. But on day one, a person waving you down might be injured, infected, or bait for a carjacking. It's a moral calculus you have to perform in seconds. If you are on foot, stick to the shadows. Move point to point. Stop, listen, move. Never cross an open field or a plaza without scanning first. You are vulnerable. A sprained ankle on a supply run is a death sentence. If you have a group, move in a formation. Eyes front, back, and sides. If you are solo, you have to be paranoid. Check your six constantly. The decision to leave your home is traumatic. You are leaving your safety, your memories, your comfort. But a house is just a pile of wood and brick. If it becomes a coffin, it's time to walk away. The goal is to find a location with low population density, access to fresh water, and clear sightlines. That's the survival triad. If you have that, you have a chance. Know your enemy. In fiction, zombies range from the slow, shuffling Romero types to the sprinting nightmares of 28 Days Later. On day one, you might not know which rules apply yet. Assume the worst. Assume they are fast, infectious via fluid contact, and attracted to noise. Treat them like a biological hazard, not a monster. Keep your distance. Use long tools, broom handles, pikes, shovels, to push them back. Do not grapple. If you get zombie blood in your eyes or mouth, game over. Wear sunglasses or safety goggles if you have them. The real danger isn't just the zombie you see, it's the one you don't. The one locked in the bathroom of the house you're looting. The one silent under a car. Check your corners. Slice the pie when you go around a turn. Keep your distance from the wall and reveal the room gradually. Never assume a body is dead until you've confirmed it. A double tap or a nudge with a long stick is standard procedure. But zombies aren't the only threat. The breakdown of law enforcement creates a power vacuum. People are scared, desperate, and armed. The veneer: if a situation feels volatile, de-escalate and leave. There is no shame in running away from a gunfight you didn't start. In fact, running away is usually the smartest tactical move available. Survival is not about kill counts. It's about staying boring, hidden, and breathing. Let's talk about acquiring resources. Scavenging is an art form. It's not just smashing windows and grabbing TVs. You need calories, hydration, and medicine. The grocery stores will be stripped bare or turned into war zones within hours. Look elsewhere. Office break rooms often have vending machines, water coolers, and first aid kits. Warehouses and distribution centres are gold mines if you can get in. Pet stores have antibiotics. Fish mox is amoxicillin, and dry dog food is edible if you're desperate enough. It's not Michelin star dining, but it keeps the engine running. Learn to improvise. A car battery and a headlight can light up a room. A tangled mess of headphones can be used as tripwire. Bleach can purify water. 8 drops per gallon. Let it sit for 30 minutes. It tastes like a swimming pool, but it won't give you dysentery. You need to look at everyday objects and see their potential.
I didn't know that. I didn't know bleach could disinfect water like that. But you have to wait. Like, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
A curtain rod is a spear. A magazine taped around your forearm is a bite guard. A trash bag is a raincoat, a ground sheet, or a water collector. Creativity keeps you alive when the supply chain fails. When you enter a building to scavenge, plan your exit first. Never go into a basement with only one set of stairs. Block the door open so it doesn't lock behind you. Move quietly. Don't dump the whole bag of rice into your pack. Take what you can carry without slowing down. Greed kills. If you find a stash, take a third. Leave some for others, or for yourself if you have to come back. Karma might not be real, but desperate people tracking you down because you took everything definitely is. Also, learn to pick a lock. Or at least learn how to pop a latch with a credit card or pry a hinge with a screwdriver. Keys are a thing of the past. Access is everything. But remember, every building is a gamble. Is it empty? Is it occupied? Is it structurally sound? Listen at the door. Smell the air. Decay has a distinct scent. If it smells bad, walk away. There's always another building. Don't die for a can of peaches. The sun is going down. You've made it 12 hours. Congratulations. Now the real test begins. Nighttime in the apocalypse is a different beast. Without light pollution, it gets dark. Really dark. Your primary sense, sight, is compromised. Your hearing becomes your radar. Every creak of the house settling sounds like a footstep. Every rustle of leaves sounds like a horde. The psychological strain of the first night breaks people. Exhaustion sets in, but you can't sleep. The adrenaline crash hits you like a truck. This is where your preparation.
Yo, I love watching the lockpicking lawyer. I love that too. But I haven't watched him how to pick a lock like that, or I mean, like techniques like that. But the things he put on, I love it. I like it.
Pays off. If you stayed in your home, black out the windows. Not just for defense, but to hide your light. A candle flicker can be seen for miles in total darkness. If you're on the road, no fires. Fire implies food and warmth. It attracts.
I mean, like I don't know how. True darkness, right? No light pollution. That's why, like the whole camping thing. That's gotta be crazy.
Everything you don't want to meet. Eat a cold dinner. Wrap up in your layers. Establish a watch rotation if you are in a group. 2 hours on, 4 hours off. Nobody can stay alert all night alone. If you are solo, you have to rely on passive security. Cans on a string across the doorway. Broken glass under the window. Anything that makes noise if disturbed. Sleep in your clothes, boots on, weapon in hand. If you have to move, you need to be ready in seconds. Waking up to a crash and fumbling for your laces is a bad way to go. The silence of the night will be broken by screams, distant gunfire, and the moans of the infected. It is a horror show soundtrack. Don't investigate. Don't play hero. Lock it down. Use this time to plan. Review your map. Check your supplies. Ration your water. Day 1 is about reaction. Day 2 is about strategy. You need to think about where you'll be in a week. The city will only get worse as the bodies pile up and the fires spread. You need an exit strategy. As you sit there in the dark, try to find a moment of zen. Eat a piece of chocolate. Think about a funny memory. Your brain needs a break from the trauma. Morale is a resource. Protect it. Dawn breaks. If you're seeing the sun, you beat the odds. Day 1 is a filter. It weeds out the indecisive, the unlucky.
Really, I gotta look into those candles. Though that's pretty cool. They burn for about 6 hours. Yes, again, that's survival.
And the unprepared. You are still here. But the world has changed. The infrastructure is dead. The law is.
I agree, right? Like walking away, don't dealing with it, less stress, less hassle, definitely.
Gone. You are now a citizen of a new reality. Survival isn't a one-time merit badge. It's
When
a
the dead
continuous
start wa-
process of problem solving. You will be hungry. You will be cold. You will be scared. But you are capable of more than you think. Humans are cockroaches in the best possible way. We adapt. We scavenge. We survive. The skills you used yesterday, situational awareness, resource management, emotional control, are your new job description. Moving forward, you need to think about sustainability. You can't live on scavenged energy bars forever. You need a renewable water source. You need a community you can trust. You need a defensible perimeter. But that's a problem for day 2, day 30, day 100. Right now.
Interesting. I don't know. I was, that's I thought that was interesting. All right, so let's watch a few. Let's watch a few Christmas horror movies or horror shorts. A few Christmas horror shorts, and I think that'll be it. I think that'll be it. So yeah, let's watch a few. I think it'll be fun. We'll watch a few horror shorts. Let's see if it's good. Oh, you have a lot of memberships. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. All right, let's check out some holiday horror shorts, right? I think it'll be interesting. Let's see if they give me any goosebumps. I was like checking out these horror shorts to see if there's like a little bit of chill, right? A little bit of a horror goosebumps. So let's see if they're good or not. MP, happy holidays, my brother. Happy holidays. Yeah. I want to try something different, right? Have fun, hang out with you guys, spending my holidays with my brothers, right? With my YouTube family, and we're just chilling, right? Just chilling, just keeping it a little bit different. So I like a bit of horror. So, you know, watching some different things, right? Just chilling out with you guys, hanging out with you guys for the holidays. I love you guys, right? You guys are amazing.
I'm sorry. Was it too loud? I was just getting in the mood, decorating cookies. I know how you feel about Christmas, but I made one just for you.
Aww. I fucking hate gingerbread.
Language.
Language? Fuck jingle bells. Fuck Santa. And fuck you, usty ass with a broken candy cane.
We'll have to do things the hard way, I guess.
The hard way. What's going on?
It's not your fault that you're like this. It's just the humbug in you. But don't worry, we'll get it out. All it takes is a little holiday spirit.
Let me out of this chair, you cunt!
Pretty soon, the only C word you'll be saying is Christmas. Scream all you want. Everyone around here is used to it. What with all those twisted horror movies you watch.
Why are you doing this?
I'll tell you why. It all started one Christmas Eve when I was 7. That was the night old man Yates knocked on our door. We knew him as the jolliest man on the block. He brought us a peppermint icebox pie every year. So that's what Mama was expecting when she opened the door. But that's not what he brought. Merry Christmas, she said. And I will never forget the way he looked. He looked different, like all the joy had been sucked out of him. And the thing he was holding, it was the most terrifying thing I had ever seen. It was a...
Never mind, I don't care.
Sounds like you need a drink. I am gonna coat your throat with Christmas cheer.
Why don't you suck reindeer balls?
Now can I remove this? It is absolutely crucial that you sing la 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 la.
Fuck you!
My, you are a tough nut to crack. She sure is.
Oh, please don't. No! 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 Ah! Ah! No! La, 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 la.
Good job. And now for the final step. It's coming.
To be fair, this is scary.
darling.
I did not expect that. I did not expect that. So that was interesting. Actual humbug. Okay, I did not expect that. I didn't expect the kissing. That was weird. I don't know why, but that was interesting.
1, 2, 3. Oh, jingle bells, jingle.
That was interesting. I don't know. It was interesting. It's cheesy. It was cheesy. But it was interesting. Unexpected. I didn't expect the whole actual bug. So that was interesting. The kissing part was interesting. Uh, yeah, that was interesting. That was fun. I think that was fun. All right. Let's check out one more Christmas horror short, and we'll end out on this. 4 out of 5. You know what? What would I say? I would. It was a little cheesy, right? So I'll probably give it a 3. I would say probably a 3 out of 5. Not bad. It wasn't bad. So it was unique. It was definitely different. So I definitely give it. I think a good 3 for me. See, now she's a jolly. I thought so. All right, let's check out this holiday short. All right.
Hi. I'm Trudy Livingston's daughter. Is she home? I should have called. Your sister and I are just glad to have you back. Sister?
Oh, yes. Lily is in your room. I'll put you in the guest bedroom.
So, how do you know my mom? Cute. I know it's been a few years, but really. I'm sorry, have we met before? I'm your sister.
Blake! I don't think I'd ever see you back here after everything.
Okay,
It's almost because it's the acting for me that's kind of like, when it comes to these horror shorts, the acting is, I mean, and I get it, right? These are like low tier acting, right? These aren't like, high level actings. It's just, this is already horror to me. The 3 women in a house. Oh, come on. I agree. Yo, I agree, right? I agree. It's horrific.
this is gonna sound crazy, but just bear with me. I came home to surprise my mom, and a stranger opened the door, and she says she's my sister.
Aren't you an only child?
Well, look here. The prodigal child has returned. You seem to be doing a lot better now. I know Lily's helped your mom a whole lot.
You know about Lily.
Lily, your sister. What about her?
I have to go. All of them.
We moved on. Like you did.
Did she tell you that? I can't forget.
I cannot do this again, Blake. You cannot act out and take off when things get hard. It wasn't just you who fell apart.
I know.
You were all I had left.
That will not happen this time. I promise.
Merry Christmas.
I've been waiting all year for Trudy's turkey. Where's your mom and sister?
I think they're upstairs getting dressed. I will go get them. You'll always have me.
I will always have you. I am your daughter. Blake is my daughter. I am your daughter. Blake is my daughter. You are my daughter. Good girl. Was that the door? Girls, who's entertaining our guests?
All the emotional instabilities, all the emotional roller coaster and wildness. Yes. Yeah.
Stop it!
Blake? You okay? Your sister said you might need some moral support. Blake, what's wrong?
Who are you?
Really, sister?
Sister.
Joke.
I don't have a sister.
Blake, I think you should get some air.
I saw you. I saw you controlling her.
What's going on?
She was never here. She's creating memories and tricking you into believing them. Why aren't you doing anything? God, I'm not high. Believe it or not, I'm trying to help.
You always hated this town. Punishing us for not being as miserable as you. You left Mom alone, Blake. I tried to invite you back into this family, but you never appreciated what you had. But I did. I picked up the pieces you left behind. I helped remove them. You know what? She's happier without you. We're happier without you. No, you're not, Rachel! You're not!
That's enough. I had hoped that we could start over.
We can start over. You and me. I'm sorry, okay? I hurt you, and I shouldn't have, but we can't erase what happened. If we do, then what do we have left? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The blonde chick is pretty, right? The blonde chick is pretty.
No, Mom! Mom, you can't trust her! Mom, you cannot trust her! You can't believe what she's telling for you! Mom, no!
Why would you just put her outside the house? Like she's like some kind of pet.
Mom, it's not! No, she's not real! None of this is real! Mom! Mom, no! Mom! None of this is real!
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't particularly like that. it felt really weak. Right? It felt weak. It felt the story was, I don't know. I think it's like a 1. I'll say a 1 for me. Right? 1 out of 5. It wasn't that interesting for me. Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah, you know, not everyone is good. Not every one of them are good, right? Definitely has a what is it? A college 0 out of 5. Yeah. It wasn't, yeah. What I get from this is the mom has a daughter from another man. Yeah, I mean, like, it didn't really establish anything, right? So this is a woman that's a random woman that's has kind of psychic powers. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess that's cool. And now she favors the new daughter. Yeah. And for whatever reason, this new daughter wants to, it's just okay. I'm like, yeah. Mom didn't introduce the stepdaughter. Yeah, I thought it was weak. I really did. I don't know. Just checking out, horror shorts. See if it was fun or not. But, all right, guys. And the female lead got confused who the woman is. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It seemed like it was supposed to be like supernatural, right? So they were playing on the idea of being supernatural. So I was like, okay, I guess that was interesting in a way, but it's very confusing. It wasn't clear, and it felt like, I don't know, didn't really explain things well, in my opinion. Right? It really didn't. So I don't know. That's why it definitely wasn't that good of a short. So I don't know. Like for my Devil's Advocate channel, there was a while where I was just like reacting to horror shorts because I kind of like horror, right? And I particularly like the horror shorts. They're fun. They're fun and quick to watch. So I thought they were, a fun little thing to react to. If there's a random woman in the house, that's my thought. Yeah. It seemed like that. I mean, yeah. That's the thing. You gotta be scared with these women. Guys, all right? That's it for tonight. I love you guys, right? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Yeah, you guys are amazing. English, thank you for being here with me tonight. I love you, my brother. I love you, my brother, right? You are amazing. Thank you for being with me. Really? That's cool. I like it, right? And that's why thank you for watching these with me. No, I've never heard of that person. James. I've never heard of that person. Oh, okay. No. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Right? You guys are amazing. I love you guys. But that's it for tonight. Right? So, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I love you. What is it? Whiskey, thank you for being here. Brent, Steve, everyone else, anyone else, Laughing Man, right? I love you. Thank you guys for just checking out, saying hi, right? I love you guys. You guys are amazing. All right, later, guys. That's it for tonight. Later. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Love you guys. I'll check him out on YouTube. I'll check him out. Thank you for the recommendation, English.